All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to. Let me see. Welcome. I gotta stop. Welcome to Collective Enlightenment. Tonight, I have the pleasure of being on with my brother Spirit Bear. Spirit Bear, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Excellent. 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 Uh, Tonight it's a little different. I have the luxury of leading the show tonight. This is Alvin Thomas the Gold. I can come to you live 1 gram at a time. And this is Collective Enlightenment on a Friday night where we have the wealth conversation for the masses. And tonight we're talking with our brother Spirit Bear, and we want to talk. He is about to put on the most phenomenal class this weekend. But the class, it's more than just a class or the workshop. He's about to put down roots in the island of Puerto Rico, and he's about to make a difference there. And we have him on tonight so he can share about what he's going to do in the workshop this weekend on P2G networks and how it's going to affect Puerto Rico. So, Spirit Bear, would you please take the floor?
Yeah. Hey, I guess that's for me, right? Woo! I'm Spirit Bear. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I'm also a farmer. That's actually the first thing that I started to really get into, where it kind of expanded my mind and showed me that there's a world bigger out there than myself and just my family. That a lot of people out there need our help. And the more I did research about Puerto Rico and about my people and what's going on back home, today I started to realize that a lot of things are happening that doesn't get put out on the news, and so much is happening that people need help with. And if I could be of help, that's my only goal, right?
That's phenomenal. So let's talk a little bit about what is the reason why you're going to Puerto Rico, essentially? Because I know you're a farmer at heart, but why are you going to Puerto Rico?
All my life, honestly, I've always dreamed of being in a warmer climate, and stuff like that. And I guess once I really learned about where my people came from and about especially my native people, the Taino, um, I really felt a connection, to my island, and I've always wanted to go back, even just to visit, and now to live, um, because a lot of people see it as like this vacation paradise, but in reality, you step across the street and there's people who can't go to the hospital because there's no electricity. There's people who their children aren't able to go to school because the majority of the schools have been shut down. There's like there's many islands in Puerto Rico, two smaller islands, but one main island. But one of the smaller islands is Vieques, and Vieques has actually been basically a nuclear test, not nuclear, but a missile testing field for the U.S. And people, live there now, and the electrical system has been completely failing, and it has been known and was supposed to be fixed, but the company managing it didn't, you know, manage it properly, and it ended up causing a fire that burned down pretty much the entire neighborhood. Um, and there's so many different cases of things like this happening that you kind of start to think, like, is this almost intentional? Because then you have rich people swooping in, buying up these properties and areas, and then developing hotels and developing condos or different businesses, and now even they're building on beaches, which is completely against the law.
So what are the local authorities saying really about all this? I guess swooping in, as you
It's
call it. And just
Yeah, it seems like the government, because we do have pretty corrupt people in our government in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, we saw that with when the hurricane hit and we were supposed to receive aid from America. The small aid that we did receive was kept in the pockets of our politicians, and you know that that's a sad fact too, and you know our people suffer more because of that, and so that's another thing that has to change. And they're kind of just at the point where, oh, if they have enough money, well, okay, you know, they're even starting to sell off parts of the rainforest, I'm hearing.
Okay. So we're okay. We're in the conversation for what's not working. So what are you going to do when you get to that's different? What are you going to use to what are you going to use to change the climate in place? Because you're going
Well,
there. Let's talk about that.
yeah. Yeah, so what I've kind of gathered, obviously I'm not there on the island, and I'm not an actual, you know, born there on the island. I'm a diaspora, as people would call it. But my mother was born in Caguas, and my roots are very deeply ingrained there, and I feel like there is, you know, kind of this disconnect between the two, and what I want to do is help bridge that divide between people who are born on the island and people who aren't, because there is a divide there. And if I can help bridge that divide by saying, hey, you know, regardless of what kind of feelings you have of, oh, you're not from here, you're whatever, right? Our island is suffering. People are suffering, right? We all need to come together as Boricuas, as we call ourselves, right? Because the original name of our island is Borinquen before Christopher Columbus named it Puerto Rico. um, we need to come together as Boricuas all across the world to, you know, help and fix what's happening, to rebuild our island, to prepare it for even what's already here, the next hurricane season.
Okay. So, question to you. So, is the question people? Is the question just people not willing to help, or is it a financial concern? What is it really that's going on in the island of Puerto Rico
So
that
it
by you
seems,
having this,
yeah.
um, what is it that you can do? What are you in the hopes of putting together when you get there? Let's talk about your.
So I want to directly work starting with the farmers. That
Okay.
is going to be the major first step, because I have a degree in what's called permaculture, and permaculture is basically having multiple systems, not just farming, all across you know, in different areas, working together as a system that regenerates and is better for everyone across the board, not just for a few rich elites at the top, right? So if I can start at the ground level, right, literally at the ground level, because that's what you have to have. You have to have a good foundation, right? So we work with the farmers to say, hey, we need to come onto the same page. We need to grow things in a regenerative manner as our ancestors used to, because the rainforest that we have there in Puerto Rico called El Yunque actually is a man-made rainforest, or a person-made rainforest. I don't want to say man specifically, right? But um, we came together and we did that, and it's full of the fruits and all the different things, right? That those were bred by people. So um, we can come together to do this again and grow everything that we need on the island, because right now, because of the Jones Act that they have instated from the US, everything that we have on the island in Puerto Rico has to be first sent on a boat to the US, then it can be shipped all the way back to Puerto Rico. So
So
avocados, uh, yeah,
wait a minute.
literally,
That is like,
yes, yeah,
how
it
is that? How
that's
does that even make financial sense to the people who are living there? You have the natural assets and resources, and you're shipping it off to somewhere else to bring it back.
so what they do is mostly in the Dominican Republic, they get their avocados and things like that. They'll ship it to the US, and then it'll be shipped back over to Puerto Rico, because most people don't really grow anything anymore.
That's a shame, man. That country, if it already has a rainforest in place, it already has the natural soil for growing on it. It's
Yes.
it's set, and if people came together to create the rainforest, and I guess the intention was to create a renewable society. Where did the ball fall short at? I mean, because I know people are coming in to
When
buy up
Christopher
land.
Columbus showed up,
Uh,
the colonization. Yep.
that's a little bit. That's a little bit before 1492. Ooh, a little bit
No,
before
that's actually it's
1492.
right around that time. He that we were the first place that he arrived when he came to the Americas.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. So now let's get into what you're going to be doing this Sunday, because I want to go. I want to come back to this topic, but I want to get into what you're creating right now this weekend on the P2G network. Can you share with them what you have in plan, what you have in store?
Yep. So I have a basic NFT course that I'm setting up with. It was through P2G Networks. You guys had the idea and we're really pushing for it. So it's like, okay, let's go. And basically, it's just very simple. Run through on the process and what an NFT is, how to mint an NFT, and I'm going to be giving an example of how to mint an NFT on a specific platform, and then also to how to promote yourself as with these NFTs, and I'll have we can do questions and everything like that. But we're doing a special for this course on this first one that we're offering because I'm going out to Puerto Rico and we're setting up a small little fundraiser. So uh, the normal course I think you said was 250,
It's
and
like
then
250.
yeah, and then now we're actually having it on sale for $50. So I mean, you can't beat that, right? So you're getting this information, especially when you're going to pay a lot of money to find this information in other places. Um, it's a really great deal. So come on in, join the class. There is on the form to fill out that you have. There is a section on there that asks if you've taken a course already in P2G networks, but we're kind of already, too close to the date now. So if you want to join and it's already too soon, just go ahead and contact P2G Networks. Either email them at p2gnetworks@gmail.com, and they can give you the run through a little bit, and also to have just like a basic understanding of what a blockchain is and what a smart contract is before you come into the class, and you'll be good to go.
That's awesome, awesome. Now I really want to reiterate this. First of all, NFTs are probably the hottest thing on the market when in the cryptocurrency space. I want people to hear that it's one of the hottest things. Now, basically, if you're in the crypto space, you know NFT stands for non fungible token, but not everyone understands what truly a non fungible token. It doesn't grow in the way most people think they grow. But Spirit Bear, can you tell me, just share with the people a couple of ways NFTs are actually growing in value as far as from an artist perspective? Because you are an artist. Could you share from that perspective how it works for you?
Sure. Yes, so right now, the most common thing that people refer to when they start talking about NFTs is usually the art, and it's just now starting to break into other areas because NFTs can be applied to pretty much just about every area of life. But what's really driving the NFT revolution, and even so, the crypto market as a whole, is the arts and music section of the NFT world. And basically people are taking things that they would normally either paint or even just digital art, and they're going through a process what's called minting to basically create a unique item on a blockchain, which is just, for those who don't know, it's just basically a long list of confirmed transactions or data. So it's a unique, it creates digital scarcity, right? It's a unique item on your digital space. So people are seeing this as now. There's two different ways you could look at it. One is if you know the Mona Lisa, right, is very valuable, of course. But if you have a picture, like you take a picture of the Mona Lisa, that's not really valuable, right?
I
Right.
guess not.
Well, like
It's just
if
a
you have
picture.
the like yeah, if you have the painting itself, it's like millions of dollars. But if you just take a picture of it, it's just a picture of it, right? You're not going to get that same amount of money.
I got you.
So that you take that concept now to the digital space. So people could take, you say, oh, well, they could just copy that image and then, do something with it. Okay, well, do they own the NFT to it? So that's where it's like almost like a certificate of authenticity in that sense.
So that's cool. That's kind of like copyrighting. If it, it's like signing your artwork. You have the original. So if anyone
Correct.
wants it, they have to come to you. You can see all the copies of it you want, but until you own the actual piece, you really don't have the same value. So it's
Right.
actually like kind of signing or copywriting. It's an autographed copy of an original piece of work,
In a
and that's
sense, it's like a confirmed, item from directly from the artist. It's genuine.
that's so cool. That's cool. I like that. I
Because
like that.
yeah, because a lot of people get into like copywriting and stuff like that, and you still do have to take measures to copyright your material.
Now that's another thing. Copywriting your material as an artist. You know, I know the artists have a is a little different when you're inside the artist world because it's a from what I understand for the few artists it's a very tight knit community. It's a very tight knit community, and it takes a minute to really get in the know of the artwork. And there I know a few select galleries that people want to, and that's just in traditional art. How does it work when you're an artist in the NFT market? How does that work?
Yeah, there is sometimes, they have physical art galleries where they'll have panels on the wall of these high definition, screens where they will have the NFTs displayed. But what's gotten really popular now is actually virtual art galleries. So people will go into the virtual world and they'll actually be able to walk around and browse a virtual art gallery, and they're like live in there. You'll be able to like purchase and stuff like that. So things are really advancing pretty quickly in this space.
That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. I want to thank the people online right now. I see Miss Davis and I see Miss Chocolate. Thank you for being on the stream with us. Oh man, but think about it. First of all, that's a whole nother area of expertise when it comes to the virtual
Yeah,
space. That is phenomenal because you know we were talking last week and you were part of the conversation when we were talking about Decentraland and real estate real estate in the virtual space. That's a whole nother phenomenal area to get into. You can actually can you imagine actually taking on buying real estate in a video game and now every time anyone goes across it, they have to pay you taxes or rent for lack of a better term and just actually be in that space. That is so cool. That is so I
yeah,
mean
yeah.
I really like that idea. You know. What I what I also want to get back to the NFT classroom. I know you said you're gonna give them the basics. Can you share one nugget? Like, say someone comes ready. I mean, really ready to go through the whole process. Tell me how would you proceed with that person? And be general. Don't have to get into detail. If
All
someone
right,
comes ready,
so
I'm ready to do
um,
this.
if you want to come ready to, and you've got a piece of art or you've got your music or whatever, you've got your whole idea planned and ready, then okay, then the basic that you would have to have an Ethereum wallet. So the most common one, the one that I like to use, is MetaMask. You have to have that wallet loaded and ready to go with some Ethereum to pay for your gas fees. And it's going to be anywhere from $15 to $40, depending on what the price of Ethereum is at that time and how busy the network is. Um, so have at least that much ready to go. And yeah, and then basically we're just gonna go through on Rarible.com and set up your NFT through there because that's the most common one and not most common, but the one of the most common and one of the best ones out there, in my opinion. So we're gonna run through how to mint an NFT on there, go through the process of filling out the information and how to get it, to what you're looking for, and then have it go through the blockchain and you'll have it set up. And you can either choose to list it for sale or you can send it to your wallet. There's different things you have as options from there. But yeah, we'll get into the details in the class.
Yes, yes, yes. That is, bro. Look. I'm gonna be in the class come Sunday at 12 o'clock. I'm getting up early Sunday just to be in this class because I
Okay.
think it has magnificent value. It has magnificent value in itself because I've seen NFTs in the wallets, and I'm not really sure what to do with them in the wallet. I know they're in there, but I have no clue. I haven't gone down that road to actually, check into NFTs right now. They're just taking up space in my personal wallet. But I mean, after I take this course Sunday, I might be willing to go in there and jump in and see what's available. I don't.
Yeah, so usually people wonder like what is the value of these NFTs? Like why would somebody spend $1 billion on a picture of a banana, right? Like, you
Right,
know,
right.
and
I
usually
have
like
that
the
question too, without a doubt.
it's not really a billion. I was just exaggerating, but there was somebody who. So the joke of it is there was a an art gallery that had a piece where somebody just duct taped a banana to a wall, and somebody paid quite a bit of money for that piece, and somebody actually just took a picture of that and then listed it as an NFT, and it sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, people wonder where is the value in this, right? Why would somebody do that? And the answer usually lies in the person who's minting the NFT. So people will usually follow artists or people who have a large following, and when
Right.
they mint an NFT, that's usually saying, "Oh, okay, this is worth something, and later on, I could sell this for a higher price." So usually that's the main thing that people look for with NFTs is the resale. And the nice
Okay.
thing about NFTs is that you actually get royalties on resales. So rather than it just being where they take your art, buy it, and then go and do whatever and make all kinds of money, you can actually get a percentage of royalties that you set on those NFTs. And then the second way that people usually get value from these NFTs is through actual usage, right? Or utility. So, for example, with my NFTs that I have going, I actually set up a new system that I have recently just announced of a multi tier system where if you have a certain amount of my NFTs, you get different perks. For example, one of the perks is every year I'm going to be having a dinner with everybody who owns a certain amount of these NFTs. And another example is you get VIP tickets to my concerts for every single concert if you own a certain amount of NFTs. So, just different examples of the actual utility of them too. So that's where these NFTs get their value from.
Okay. So you NFTs are not only just for being displayed virtually, but they actually have a use case that can be, you know, a use case that can be put in the thing and receive perks, like you just said.
Right.
Speaking of perks, I really want to get into the per. We You shared with us earlier this week about a platform that has some perks in it. That's called Axie Infinity.
Oh man, I gotta
Axie
get ready to get
Infinity.
that.
Oh my spirit man, let me tell you, that is Pokemon on Red Bull. That is Pokemon
Yes,
on Red Bull.
that's a great way to describe it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you Axie Infinity. That is a phenomenal platform. I'm still working out how to use it and how to get in there. But if you're into NFTs, this is someplace you need to. And I want you to know right now we're right on with the man who brought it into the P2G network. Brother Spirit, can you please share a little bit about Axie Infinity?
Yeah, so Axie Infinity is a NFT video game, and it's been around since 2018. So it's been around for a little bit already, but it's just recently started to really take off because of what they have instilled, which is called a scholarship program. And I'll get to that in a second after I describe what it is. And basically, Axie Infinity, um, if if you don't know, axolotl is like a small little aquatic animal. So in the game, you get these little thing axes, right? And it's kind of like Pokemon, like you said, where you gather these axes and you battle them. And different axes have different abilities, and there's different things that are involved in the game. But what's really attracting people to it is the ability to make money. So yeah, a banana taped to the wall. Yeah. But the ability to make money in this game is really what's attracting people, because in the game, when you win these matches, when you're battling your axes, you actually earn a cryptocurrency called SLP, which stands for Smooth Love Potion. And this cryptocurrency is paired with another cryptocurrency that manages the game, and the company as a whole, which is called AXS, right, like Axis or Axes. And these two cryptocurrencies together run the game and are bringing extreme value, because the AXS itself um, doubled in price in just the last 2 days. And then SLP also almost doubling in price, but more valuable because of what it's used for. So SLP, you actually use to breed these axes in the game, right? So you can get two different axes. You use a little bit of SLP and the AXS to then breed the axes, and you get new ones. And you can then go and do two things with these axes. You can either list them for sale, and people have been doing this pretty successfully, and making a decent profit doing just that even. um, or you can take the axes and put them through what I'm going to be setting up with, even through the P2G networks if you would like, where you have a scholarship program. And the scholarship program basically offers these axes up as you can have people use them in the game. They don't actually own them, you still own them yourself, but they get to use them and play the game to earn the cryptocurrency. And you at the end split the revenue, and at the end of the day, people are making two, three, four, 5 times the amount that they would make at a job. And it's amazing.
Now that itself is amazing. A lot of times people, and I'm guilty of it. I used to tell my kids, no video games, no video games. This is the first time, or maybe the second time, I've actually heard about video games being a way to raise funds. Now I understand esports being a major thing. I got that. That's a whole nother realm of it. But this is self-funded income by just putting it together on your own. You don't need a whole giant team. You
Yep.
can actually sit home, play video game, and I'm not promoting sitting home, but actually promoting video game and teaching cryptocurrency to your young people at the same time. So you have actually the twofold thing. It's like Rich Chocolate said, benefits on top of benefits. How good is
Yep.
that? You actually have something that actually has a value, and they actually learn a little bit of science, because you just taught me something today. I didn't know that was a little aquatic animal.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really cute little characters.
But I do like the game. I do like the game. I haven't even played it yet, but I'm reading up on it, and I've watched a couple battles over the last 2 days, and they were online. There were battles that were already done, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
actually, I don't even know whether I'm stuck between two things really. Yes, it's kind of like Pokemon, but if you don't, I am a cartoon head, and it's like watching Duel Masters at the same time. So it's kind of that kind of
Okay.
thing. Kind of
Yeah.
watching Duel Masters, and then
I
actually
remember
you
that.
have to
Yeah,
put
it
these.
is.
You gotta put uh, you got to put these different types of animals together to get different powers and different attack levels. I can't even remember the name of the NFT for this one, but this one, every time you play it, and I said, that's the one I'm after. Every time you play it, it throws a poison across the field, so your opponent loses 50% of the power. I was like, that's the one I want. That's the one I want.
I think those are either the bugs or the plants. There's different
Um,
class types.
yeah, I don't know which yet. I'm still learning it. But I remember, it's
Me
funny, I
too, me
remember
too.
what they do. I remember what they do. I just don't remember which one they are. But
Yeah,
I just think that is a phenomenal thing. And this operates in Ethereum also. And you need a
yes.
MetaMask wallet.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
that a
all you
MetaMask?
need yeah, so you need a Ronin wallet and a MetaMask wallet.
You
And
know, Ronin and MetaMask.
yeah,
And the Ronin is the bridge between the game and the wallet, yes?
correct.
Okay, cool. I'm getting it, I'm getting it. But let me ask you, Spirit. You were alluding to the scholarship program. You
Yeah,
know, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this gentleman was talking about the scholarship program too as well. And he said something about he was actually replacing the incomes of the people in the Philippines.
yep,
To replacing incomes for people. You know, I know everyone I know who's from the Philippines comes here and becomes a doctor or nurse or something at that level. I had no idea there was a real case of poverty in the Philippine Islands. I thought it was pretty well off. I honestly did. And when he shared on the platform that people, what we consider minimum wage, they would consider wealthy over there.
yeah.
They consider wealthy. I was shocked. But can you share a little bit more about the scholarship program? I know you said there's a form that you got to fill out, but can you share how the scholarship form? Matter of fact, how would the scholarship form project work in Puerto Rico? How could you see that working over there?
Yeah, and what you were talking about too with the Philippines is definitely correct. My wife is from the Philippines. Her family's from the Philippines. She is Filipina, but she went there recently. She even told me that things are pretty bad out there. There's even people who live in the cemetery because they have no place to live. They can't afford anything. So this game has especially gotten popular out there because, like you said, it's been able to give people an income. So these scholarship programs are very, very popular and actually pretty sought after out there. Because I made one post about how I'm starting to develop a scholarship program up on Twitter, and already I got like 3 or 4 people from the Philippines who were saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go." Like, and it's really cool because I want to give people that opportunity, and unfortunately, I hate that I have to, say no to some people because I'm not going to have an infinite amount of axes, right? But eventually, I hope to get to the point where I can help a lot of people, and through the process that'll go through is, I'll have different quotas that we'll have set, because there is a certain way that the game is played. So we'll need to have people who are actively playing the game, who really, are using this time to really, to the best of their ability. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try and through the application process find people who are in need the most, people who genuinely have a need. They are either someone who has a disability, or just doesn't have the funds, or some things like that, so that I can help people who need it the most. And that's one of the main criteria I'll be looking for. Of course, obviously, you got to have a steady internet connection, unfortunately, because
Yep,
you got to be able to log in every day. So that is going to limit a bit. But as far as it goes, that's mainly what I'm looking for.
that is so awesome. I want to thank my family on Facebook and YouTube who were chiming in. Thank you guys for being on with us tonight. Hey, look, Spirit Bit, it is amazing to have you on the collective enlightenment tonight. You were speaking volumes, and you're actually sharing with people how it actually crypto has a use case. Crypto is something that has a phenomenal and a finite way of actually achieving funding for no matter where you are in the platform. What we do in P2G every 7 days a week. We're putting out platforms for the community, free crypto workshops for people to be in, and we just make it available. You can just go right onto our website and check it out, and just go right to www.p2gnetworks and just be get in on the know of what cryptocurrency is and learn the basics. We do that Monday and Friday. But I want you guys, if you guys are listening tonight and you have an interest in learning about NFTs and how to mint them, Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock, this man, Brother Spirit Bear, will be on the P2G network. He's teaching an NFT course for $50. I want y'all to get that, $50. We were talking about the banana. The banana sold for a couple $100. Can you imagine creating your first NFT and it costs you $50 to create and you turn it into a couple $100,000? Not even a couple 100,000, just a couple
Yeah.
hundred. The class is worth it for just showing up. Normally the class runs for $250. You actually get the hands-on training. You get you learn how to go where to place it, how to place it, the wallets you need to acquire, and you get a brother like Spirit Bear actually willing to give time, and you're getting it for $50 when you normally and it's usually $250 a person. I want you to really get that between. I want you to think of the value that you're going to be receiving, and if you come ready, you might even leave that day with an NFT ready to go. So out there, if you're out there on YouTube and you're into the NFTs, if you're an artist, you could probably do, if you're a writer, you can probably do your book cover, for lack of a if you're a writer, you can do a book cover. Show up
Yeah,
Sunday.
there's people who are doing poetry. Yeah, there's people who do
Go ahead.
poetry. There's
Yep.
even there's a yeah, there's an a writer, who's doing a writing project where they wrote the first few pages of a story, and then the person who buys that NFT has to then continue the story by a certain date, mint it, and then have this it'll continue on,
That's
and I think
awesome.
that's pretty cool.
That's a community. That's a community writing project. Awesome. I like that. And I gotta admit, most people don't write anymore. Everybody just sends
Yeah.
emails, text messages. Look, the other day I just got a card for my birthday, and my birthday isn't until the end of the week. But I actually got a letter in the mail, and I was actually surprised by it because it wasn't from a bill or something else that a utility. Someone actually took the time to write me something for my birthday, and I was like, wow. So yeah, can you imagine having an NFT that someone's actually sharing with the
Yeah.
community out there? Spirit Bear, I want to thank you. It's so phenomenal. That is so phenomenal. Now I want to run something by you, and I thought it was really funny. Now we know Amazon is the biggest logistics company of moving products and services around the world.
Right.
They're in every nook and cranny of your existence. They can get you on. They're on your phone. They're on your computer. Amazon, 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 and anytime you pay for something, they got all the marketing information you want, all the merchant information. Now they're in the process of looking for someone. They're in the process of wanting to hire somebody. I want to actually get the right thing. I want to pull it up because we just had it. Give me 1 second. I want to share it with you. Let me see if I can find it. They actually are looking to hire someone They're looking to hire someone to um to do research on cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Amazon looks to hire a digital currency lead. Now, this came from Coindex. Now, Coindex is one of the leading news reporters when it comes to the ins and outs of what's going on with cryptocurrency. Now, Amazon wants to get in. So, Amazon wants to get into the crypto space now for real. They're actually looking to hire someone to get them into what they need to know. Now, Spirit, what do you think about that? What is your take on that?
Yeah, I think that they're kind of just jumping on the boat. Everybody's moving that way. You've got national sports teams already. Like we have I don't know which stadium it is, but there's a basketball stadium that now is going to be having FTX, which is a crypto exchange, on the sign and on everywhere inside, because they're
Mhm.
sponsoring that stadium. And then you've got the NBA Top Shot. You've got all these different things where you know other big industries and other even um, competitors to him, like Elon Musk, are getting into this stuff. So it's almost like he's like, well, I might as well just start getting into this too, because if not, he's going to be left behind. um and I think that this is probably a first step to them, maybe even implicate like integrating crypto into their markets, because that's going to be, like I said, the next step, and they're going to have to find a way to do that that obviously creates the most revenue for them.
I got that. And you were right on point there. They're actually looking for a person who could actually come into the market and actually just take on. They really want them to wear five different hats. They want them to be familiar with the Security Exchange Committee. They want someone who is familiar with social media reporting and crypto crypto forex markets, and they want them to create a process for bringing in leads to create ways of coming into the market through crypto, so they can actually capitalize. Yeah, guys. If you want it, I'm going to drop it on the. I'm going to actually drop the link on the P2G network and Facebook and the P2G networks and Telegram to just join our page, and you can actually get to read the article yourself. It's a phenomenal article printed out by
Yeah.
Coindex. But I want you to get something. You know, everyone is telling everyone, all the big companies are saying, no crypto, no to crypto, no to crypto. This is the third company in a week that said, we're looking to see how crypto can improve our markets. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you really to get something. Whenever they don't want you to do something, they tell you look the other way. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, I forget the other one. I forget the other one who said something. But
Mark Cuban,
even
right? Yeah.
Mark Cuban and Warren Buffett, who was a firm believer that crypto will die and destroy the market now within the crypto space. And he's talking about bringing it to his platform. And
I mean, hey,
when Warren Buffett speaks, everybody listens.
yeah. And even too, there was a recent confirmation that the Rockefellers have invested into Bitcoin.
I would tend to agree with you because I believe early last year one of the nieces from the Rockefellers actually took over the Security Exchange, no, the Federal Reserve of New York, and she's sitting as one of the chairs. I'll actually get that, and I'll actually post that also. She is one of the chairs in the Federal Reserve in New York, and she's telling them that it's time to make a change in how money is created. She
Yeah.
said this. early last year, 2020, when she took her seat, and it's now coming to fruition. I want you to get people have actually been talking about it from from a long time ago. We got gains from 2018. Bitcoin's been around since 2009, and every year there's a little bit more conversation around it, a little bit more, a little more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gotten into crypto or you have a question about what crypto is, come to the P2G networks. We teach an introductory course Monday and Friday regularly at 9 o'clock. You get the basics, you get education and application all in a workshop, a crypto workshop, ladies and gentlemen, and it's free and it's online. I want you to get that. It is
And
online.
And to be honest, like the longer you wait, to everybody out there, the longer that you wait to go out there and learn about crypto and learn about what's happening out there right now, with with NFTs and everything, the longer it's going to take for you to catch up once you decide and once you actually have to, because everything is run that way. So really, really tap in with P2G. Get in there with all the different courses, learn as much as you can, take notes, and work together with everybody in the group, because we can work together to actually build wealth for us that lasts generations rather than just last to your next pair of Jordans. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get it together.
uh, yeah, that is so right. That is so right. I want you guys. I just really want to. One last thing. I want to go back to the island. I want to jump right back to the island really quickly. You were sharing with us earlier about a land trust in Puerto Rico where the farmers were
Yeah.
running. Could you just elaborate on that just a little bit? Because I really want people to understand that they don't have to be in it by themselves if you're going to do something.
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. If you can bring it up, I got their website pulled up.
Okay.
There we go. So this is obviously in Spanish, but I'm going to translate it in a second here. So, Fideicomiso de Tierras Comunitarias para Agricultura Sostenible, or Community Land Trust for Sustainable Agriculture, right? And basically they buy land for farmers who can't afford to get land, and they even have incubator programs to help assist farmers, and it's just an all-around really great nonprofit company, that I actually plan on contacting and working with direct. I actually reached out to him previously, but there's still more that I have to set up before I really go through the process. But I want to work with them and a few other organizations on the island, to start getting more people involved in farming. So, like I said, we can start producing everything that we need on the island. And I'm not just talking about food. I'm also talking about supplies and different things, like even hemp, because I have a degree in cannabis as well. Hemp in itself grows 10 times faster than trees, and has actually more fibrous usage than trees. So we can use that as well, to grow more textiles and things that we need for materials in a smaller amount of space in a shorter amount of time, and this can all work together as a system so that we don't need to import avocados.
True indeed. True indeed. True indeed. That
So
is
yeah, that's
phenomenal. That is so cool. I want you to get the farmers have the ability to do a lot of things, and I just want people to really get it that there is opportunity. And all right, good deal. Hold on. All right, thank. I like that spirit. I like that a lot.
yeah. Don't worry about the politics.
All right,
I'm
that's
Yeah.
she is truly right. It is definitely a smokescreen.
The politics got us into this mess.
The politics are. Anytime you're doing anything, politics is going to be in the space. So you got to take it for what
Yeah.
it is and actually work with it or work around it. Do whatever you have to do. I'm not telling anybody to jump in bed with a politician. I'm just telling everybody that the politician is part of the machine. And
Yep.
until you're willing to move the machine, move through the machine, you're going to have to work in the machine, for lack of a better. That's the only way to put it. And personally, we're in a space of we're trying to live a decentralized life on a lot of these platforms. We're trying to disrupt the way economy works because community should be running the economy. We shouldn't, and the community should be running the politicians. For some reason, over the time, it's actually we have gotten to the point where we depend on the politicians for everything that we want. This is your time, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time now to actually take control of your own life. Spirit Bear is going to Puerto Rico in September. He's going to actually reinfuse. He's going to reinfuse life into an entire island, and that
I'm
is a
trying.
giant gesture. That is a giant gesture, but he can't do it on his own, and we know, and he knows he's not trying to do it on. He's already speaking with land trust people. He's going to talk to the people of the island. He is going to enroll them in taking care of themselves again. Do you see how valuable that is? Because when people value who they are as a whole, they get to value what they can create. And Brother Spirit, every time I talk to you, that's the space you put me in. That's the space you put me in anytime we talk. So just gratitude to you, brother. Gratitude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, chocolate Bay got the hearts for you today. You doing your thing, brother Spirit. You doing your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to
Yeah, we
thank
had
you
a
guys.
good show with Chocolate Bay.
Yes, her show is phenomenal. Chocolate Bay runs Fundraiser Freedom Friday at 5:55 every Friday, Central Standard Time, and it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely get on there, join the conversation, go check her out on stereo. Cause let me tell you, I was on her show tonight, and it was moving, it was riveting. I was on with Spirit Bear earlier, and Miss Chocolate Gold Bay, who runs the Golden Train. Let me tell you, it is phenomenal. Get on a show. If you have a fundraising idea that you want to get on with, contact her. Her link is inside her stereo. Click on her link tree, and it'll get you in touch with her most definitely. Spirit Bear, I want you to share with the people how we can get in touch with you. Because if you want to be part of this project, I know it's on your site and it's on the P2G. But if they want to get in touch with you and really get around what you want to do, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can go to spiritbear.com and I've got all my links there. And you can even have the link to the sign up form for the class. And everything is there, all my contacts. And I'm
Yes,
at Spirit Bear on everything.
yes. uh, so let me ask you, Spirit Bear. I know you. I know you're an artist in in one medium, but I also know that you're an artist when it comes to music. Now,
Yeah.
is there your music on the NFT platform? Oh, so you
Yep.
do? Okay. So if someone wants to locate your music on the NFT, where would they go find it? Because I like to hear some of the music too. You
So
might want.
I do have one music NFT project going right now.
Okay.
I have two different projects going right now, but one of them is a music one. And basically, it's a three-part series leading you through the process of how I make a song. And the first one is a concept song or just the basic ideas of a song that I have put together. Then the second one is taking those ideas and blending it with some different ones. And then the third one would be the completed final song. And each one also comes with a copy of the album cover in a digitized form, and a link to where you can actually download the song itself, so you can you'll be the sole owner of that, of that file. So it's really cool because that song is not listed publicly other than on one platform only, and that's a decentralized platform called Audius. So if you do want to hear the song, you can hear it on Audius, but you can't download it. You can't purchase it anywhere except for in that NFT.
Fabulous, fabulous. Once again, use case for the NFT. I want you guys to get it. $50 Sunday, one shot deal. Don't miss out.
Yep.
Please don't miss out because you can't get any value like that anywhere. I'm sorry. And I've already looked around because I was curious what people charge for NFT class is through the roof. You're getting a
Yeah.
hands on. You're getting a hands on. I want y'all people to hit, and I'm saying that over and over because I want you guys to get it. This is a hands on. If you even if you are a nonprofit organization and you want to create a fundraiser around an NFT, and you come here and you can learn to create it, you got your fundraiser in the bag. You know,
Yep.
you can auction off a piece of work that you create from your nonprofit organization
You
and put it
know,
in.
NFTs, for exactly what you're talking about, NFTs work great because when you're writing off donations on your taxes, right, you need some form of proof. Well, hey, you got the blockchain as proof.
Okay. Well, now I will share. We gotta state we are not financial advisors. We are not tax preparers. If you have
Yeah, I
great
know.
advice, I want you to go check with your tax preparer and actually get some information around that. But I like that idea.
Gotta say
But
that. Yeah.
for for purposes that we must maintain, we can't say that out loud. We cannot give any advice on finances because none of us are licensed in that area. But I like that area. I'm
Right,
about to go
right.
look it up because I will find it, and I might actually drop it, and you can take it to your tax person afterwards. But I ain't gonna say no more than that. The IRS. I want you guys to realize the IRS is your friend, whether you know it or not. They are your friends. They move papers according to what you tell them, and I say no more than that. And so, next thing I want to get in, I want you guys to realize we're coming up. We're coming up to the hour, and we're gonna get on. We have to get to tonight's pennies of gold. If you guys are on here tonight and you want to get into the basics of cryptocurrency, and you want to get at least one class in before you take on the NFT class with Spirit Bear at 12 o'clock Sunday on the P2G network. The class is $50. It starts at 12 o'clock, and you can get in, but get on tonight at 9 o'clock so you can get a basic understanding of how to get a wallet, how to use a wallet, how to move in a wallet, and how to secure your cryptocurrency. Spirit Bear, I want to thank you for being on with us today. It was my pleasure to have you, brother. You know, it's really cool to get down and sit down and have a conversation with you. And you have a lot of talents and gifts to give out, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Puerto Rico, look out! You have a superhero coming to you. You have a superhero coming to you. That is your NFT superhero. He's about to change. He's about to change the diaspora on the island, and it's going to be love for everybody. Everybody is welcome as long as you support and
I hope
participate.
so.
Come on through. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being on. We're on. I want you guys to check us out, like and subscribe. We're on YouTube. If you're a Twitch aficionado, most definitely. And we still have love for Facebook all the time. Check us out at the P2G networks on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube at P2G Networks TV, and Twitch at the P2G Networks. I want to say good night to everybody. Thank you for being with us. It's been a blast. I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes on Pennies to Gold.
All
Peace.
right. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Later, my brother. Or anytime, anytime. And